Now we go to our penultimate senior Rotax heat. It's Heat 5, Groups A versus C. Let's have a look at your starting grid. Tommy van der Stroys has, by my recollection, only won all the time, all the way through the day. Took pole position in overall time qualifying and has taken 2 heat wins. Can he do the clean sweep today? He starts on pole position. Alongside him will be Elia Papacena, who hopefully has a lot more luck on his side in this race. Vic Stevens and Debian Rust, row 2. Nolan Lemarais and Ethan Jeff Hall, row 3. Mario Sidler and Lotus Tveen, row 4. Leon Zelenko and Tobias Clausen, row 5. Jamie Perley and William Christensen, row 6. Adam Valster and Sebastian Bach rounding out the top 7 rows. Sven Ubben and Mats Johanov. I have to say thank you very much for the special delivery, Mats, with regards to the donuts that are now in my commentary box. I shall enjoy them a little bit later on. Vincent van Kerkhoff and Kamil Mrad rounding out the top 18 positions. Julie Fries and also Sam Bergstein completing the top 20. Martin Geiskens and Zeno Falker, row 11. Gustav van Gogh and Stein Scholten rounding out the top 12 rows. Then rounding out the grid is Anton Morsing, Scott Westhovens, Stefan Lemonov, Vasco Westhovens, Camille Baloche and Giorgio Markenstein completing the 30-strong grid. They're under starters' orders. Are we ready? Are we steady? Senior Rotax Heat 5 gets underway. It's a good start once again by Van der Stroys. As Devian Roos looking up the inside of Elia Papacena once again. Several drivers, including Ethan Jeff Hall, using the runoff area, as well as Elia Papacena. But Van der Stroys again has unlocked something rather special this weekend. Now he leads the way as the entire field makes its way down the Europlan into turn number 7. He's already got the best part of nearly a 6 to 8 kart length lead over second position. Vivian Host now occupies that. Elia Papacena in third. Ethan Jeff Hall rounds out the top 4. He's closely being followed by the 369 of Vic Stevens, Nolan Lemarais in 7th. And at the moment, Lotus Tveen is in 9th behind William Christensen, Jamie Perley in 10th. Leon Zelenko bumping all over the place. He's got Sam Bergstein right behind him, and not too far behind Sam Bergstein is Kamil Mrad from Australia. Bergstein gets through, and the Aussie nearly does so at the same point through turn 6, and then just behind them they've got Sverre Ubben, also from the GKS crew. Adam Valster in the 327 is just behind them, along with Scott Westhovens. There's still quite a few overtakes happening at the back part of the field. Then the 322 of Tobias Clausen trying to get through on Nolan Lemarais. That was through on turn 2. Lemarais keeps the position going through turn 3. And that was a bit of a hard bumper check there. On the 322. Jamie Perley now finding himself between a bit of a rock and a hard place at the moment. Well, he's got Mats Johan Overhoff just with him right now. And that's battling weight for the bottom part of the top 10. And that's Johan Over actually admitted he popped up to see me. He said, yeah, it's been a bit rough out there. Yeah, I can completely understand that, Mats. But just glad to see that he's still got a smile on his face and he's still racing his heart out. And that's all I can say about any of the drivers here, that they are all doing exactly the same. They're battling tooth and nail and clawing for every single millimetre out on circuit. So Van der Stoys at the moment, well, we have seen it a little bit earlier on today that he's been able to pull away from the rest of the field. On this particular occasion, however, it looks to be that the tide has slightly turned, not necessarily to Tommy's detriment, but more to the case that everyone else seems to be getting quicker as the day has gotten along. They've managed to unlock these little bits and pieces here and there. We've got just under 6.5 minutes to go. William Ross and Elia Papacena. Now, I was waiting to see what form we could see from Papacena, but now look what's just happened. 2 overtakes at the same corner. Vic Stevens past Ethan Jeff Hall, but more importantly, the race lead has now changed. As Devin Hoster's got past Tommy van der Stoys, Elia Papacena is waiting in the wings to see if he can have an opportunity, and he's going to use that opportunity through turn number 7 and get through on the 354 from the Netherlands. But also with that, Vic Stevens and Ethan Jeff Hall are closing in on the 3 in front. But at this moment, I would not count out the fact that Tommy van der Stoys could get a 3rd race victory in a row and be the leader on the ranking after the heats after tonight. So at the moment, it's Devian Ross leading the way. Elia Papacena in 2nd. Tommy van der Stoys, Vic Stevens, Ethan Jeff Hall, Tobias Clausen. Then we've got William Christensen, Nolan Lemerey, Jamie Perrelli and Mario Sidler now rounding out the top 10. Lotus Tveen and Mats Johan Overhoff are not too far behind. They complete the top 12 positions. With the fact that the top 3 were covered by just under half a second after 5 laps. That gap looks to be closing ever so slightly, but Devian Ross has now pulled a gap. Tommy van der Stoys has got past Elia Papacena back into 2nd. And it's 6 tenths between the top 3 drivers on the road. And good to see that you're still keeping yourself busy in the US, Mr. Stainlouette. Glad to see you watching your lad out there racing. Doing a great job so far. We'll see what happens for tomorrow, shall we? Papacena now really falling into the clutches, and that was a mistake from the Italian through turn number 7. Vic Stevens tried to capitalise through the inside, but Ethan Jeff Hall had the presence of mind to get round at turn 8 on Vic Stevens, and Papacena was given a get out of jail free card right there, right then. So 3 minutes and 20 seconds to go. Still very much undecided. But with the way that we've seen with Tommy van der Stoys, as Mario Sidler now gets through on Jamie Perrelli and signals forward. So Sidler now up into 9th position. Mario himself, a multi-time RMC Swiss champion in his own right. Van der Stoys now has clear air in front of him to a point and plenty of space between himself and Elia Papacena to go after Devian Hoss to go for the 3-peat. A bit further back. Tobias Clausen trying to close in on Vic Stevens for position. That is for 5th place on the road. And that gap is coming down slowly but surely. So Van der Stroys knows that the opportunity is there. It is presenting itself in full living colour right in front of him. And Ross takes a look over the right shoulder. Van der Stroys is less than 3/10 behind. Elia Papasena has now got the fastest lap of the race, 54.351. Van der Stroys, his best effort so far, 54.494, which was his last lap around the circuit. But in that sort of increment, he was about 1/10 and a half quicker. And now with 1:15 to go, Van der Stroys is going to pull the trigger. It's not if, it's when that happens, because now we've got the run down to turn 10, the right-hand sweeper. Van der Stroys is teeing things up. He's getting ready, primed to make that overtake. It's not going to be through turn 12, because otherwise he would have started to pull out of the slipstream. 2 kart lengths separate the 2 leaders. 3:19, Sam Bergstein gets a black and white warning flag. Van der Stroys now is within lunge range, up through the left-hander at turn number 5, through into 6. He's going to wait and buy his time, sweeps wide, turns neatly in, hits the apex. This is going to be quite crucial what happens over the next few corners. Bearing in mind these two are under the same awning at Bouvin Power. The biggest rules about racing is not to take out your teammates. Van der Stroys, if he wants that win, he's going to go for it. Again, through turn 12, he decides not to go for it. We've got one more lap to go because the time has expired. Will it be Devian Rost or will it be Tommy Van der Stroys? Van der Stroys at the moment has done enough to more than likely secure himself the leader after the ranking after heats tonight with 2 wins, and if he finishes where he is, the 2nd place. So that'll net him 2 points. But he wants to have une pointe, as they say. Let's just see if he decides to throw caution to the wind or stick behind Devian Rost and think, you know what, I want to make sure that I get the kart over the line. So through in towards turn number 12 for the 12th and final time. Tommy Van der Stroys won't win, but he will provisionally be the leader after the heats, depending on what happens in the next race. 2 wins and a 2nd position, but it's Devian Rost from the Netherlands, his teammate at Bouvin Power, that wins the race by 0.194 of a second. Well, a day that was a difficult one ended on a higher note for a certain Italian. Elia Papasena rounds out the top 3. Ethan Jeffhall in 4th ahead of Vic Stevens. Tobias Clausen, Nolan Lemarais, William Christensen, Mario Sidler and Jamie Perrelli round out the top 10 overall. Sam Bergstein, Leon Zelenko, Lotus Threen, Sebastian Bach, Kamal Marad round out the top 15. Sverre Ubben, Mats Johan Overhoff, Martin Geiskens, Adam Valster, Scott Westhovens, Stein Scholten, Vasco Westhovens, Julie Fries, then we've got Gustav van Gorp, Vincent van Kerkhoffen, Zino Falke, Anton Morsing, Camille Baloche, Stefan Lemonot and Giorgio Markenstein, all 30 drivers making it to the finish, covered by 19.9 seconds at the checkered.